Hello guys, I'm Ittehad from the Roots of Unity and welcome to the first video of Quadratics. In this chapter, we'll learn what are quadratic equations, how to solve quadratic equations, how to sketch graphs, what does the discriminant b square minus 4ac represent, how to solve simultaneous equations between a quadratic and a linear equation, and how to solve equations which reduce to quadratic equations. Let us start with what are quadratic equations. Quadratic equations are equations of parabola which are represented in the form y is equals to ax square plus bx plus c. The difference between a quadratic equation and a linear equation is the introduction of a new term of x square. In the general form, we need to keep in mind that a can never be equals to 0 because otherwise it will become a linear equation since the term of x square will be omitted in such cases. Now let's check out how to solve quadratic equations. There are different methods we can use to solve quadratic equations. We'll check them out one by one. The first method we'll be checking out is factorization. We do quadratic factorization by using the method of splitting the middle term. I'll show you the process of quadratic factorization in 5 small steps using the example 6x squared plus 19x plus 10. Step 1. We'll find the product of the constant term and the coefficient of x squared. Here those are 6 and 10, so the product comes 60. In the next step, we'll find the factors of 60 in such a way that addition or subtraction of those factors is the middle term 19x. Following the step, the factors will be 15 and 4, where 15 into 4 is equals to 60 and 15 plus 4 is equals to 19. In step 3, we will write the center terms using the sum of the two new factors including the proper sign. Here both are added, so plus sign is used. In step 4, we will take out the common factor from the first two terms and take out the common factor from the last two terms separately. In this case, we take 3x common from the first two terms and 2 common from the last two terms. In the last step, we factor out the common binomial parenthesis and find out the factors of the quadratic equation. Now, let us solve the equations. We already know that solving an equation means that we need to find the value of x where the curve cuts the x-axis or where y is equals to 0. Now we'll equate 6x squared plus 19x plus 10 is equals to 0. Since we can express it in the factorized form, we can write 3x plus 2 into 2x plus 5 is equals to 0. Since we have found the factors, we can individually equate the factors equals to 0 to find out the points at which it cuts the x-axis, which are known as the roots of the equations. Simplifying this gives us the roots x is equals to minus 5 by 2 and x is equals to minus 2 by 3. This process can only be used when the quadratic equation can be factorized. What if we need to solve an equation which cannot be factorized? In that case, we will need to use other methods. Let us check out one of our other methods, completing the square. Using this method, our goal is to express our equation in the form y is equals to m into x minus n whole square plus p, where m, n and p are constants. I'll show you how to perform completing the square operation to a quadratic equation using the example 2x squared plus 5x plus 1 in 5 small steps. Step 1. Take the coefficient of x squared common from the terms containing x squared and x. Here 2 is the coefficient and I took 2 common from the terms 2x squared plus 5x. Step 2. We will express the middle term 5 by 2x in the form 2ax, which comes from the simplification of x plus a whole square. In simple language, we will introduce 2 by multiplying and dividing 2 to the term containing x. Here multiplying and dividing 2 gives us 2 into 5 by 4 into x, which is in the form of 2ax. Expressing our equation in this way gives us the value of a for which we can obtain a perfect square in the equation. In the next step, we will introduce the new constant term a square by adding and subtracting it inside the bracket. Then, when we take the negative part out of the bracket, we see that inside the bracket our equation is in the form of an expanded perfect square, x squared plus 2ax plus a square. In step 4, we will express the terms inside the bracket in the perfect square form, x plus a whole square. Therefore, we get the equation y is equals to 2 into x plus 5 by 4 whole square minus the constant terms. Here x plus 5 by 4 whole square is in the perfect square form. In step 5, we will only do simplification of the part outside the bracket and therefore obtain the equation we were aiming for. Y is equals to 2 into x plus 5 by 4 whole square minus 17 by 8. This is how we convert a normal quadratic equation to its complete square form. Now let us solve the equation y is equals to 2x squared plus 5x plus 1. Solving an equation means the values of x for which y is equals to 0. So we'll write y is equals to 0 and replace it with 2x squared plus 5x plus 1 is equals to 0. We know that this equation can also be written in the complete square form, which is 2 into x plus 5 by 4 whole square minus 17 by 8 is equals to 0. Simplifying the equation further, we get the values of x for which y is equals to 0, or in other words, the solutions of the equation. Thus, we can say that x is equals to minus 5 plus minus root over 17 by 4. Now, let us check out a much simpler method, the general formula. X is equals to minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. If we simplify and solve the equation ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0 using the complete square form, this general formula can be obtained. Let's check that out now. We are gonna use the 5 steps to do the complete square of the equation. First, we take a common, then express b by ax in the form of 2ax. From here, we know that a is equals to b by 2a. Now we introduce b by 2a whole square and then take the negative term out of the bracket. Then we will use simple algebra and solve the equation to find the general formula. By this general formula, we can find out the solutions to any quadratic equations, if there is any, by just putting the values of a, b and c respectively. That was all for this video. Stay tuned for my next video on quadratics, which is gonna be on the most interesting part of quadratic equations, sketching. Till then, have a nice day, and if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below.